okay, is far beyond our expectation.
It's the safest way of owning a house.
My mouth is full of appreciation to Federal Mortgage Bank.
When the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria began the Cooperative Housing Development Scheme, it stood out because it not only afforded more people the privilege to own homes collectively, but it also provided ready off-takers for the houses. In tonight's episode, we will look at another project under the Cooperative Housing Loan Scheme in just Plateau State, being delivered for the Radio Nigeria Highland FM Cooperative Society. Other segments of the news and dream come true will make the episode complete. Hello, I am Kothar Anumba Halil, and you're watching Everyone Deserves a Home. Join me after this timeout for the full program. Please stay tuned.
I am Madu Haman, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. As Nigeria celebrates its 62nd independence anniversary on 1st October 2022, I wish all Nigerians a happy independence anniversary. We at the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria will continue to provide the required finance to enable Nigerians who are contributors to the National Housing Fund to acquire decent and affordable houses for themselves. Happy Independence Anniversary. Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
To begin the episode, we shall see highlights of major events that happened at the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. In the news, FMBN management team visits funded sites within Abuja, and Abaji Area Council calls for partnership for housing delivery. Details coming up shortly. Please stay tuned.
The management staff of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, led by the Managing Director, Mr. Madu Haman, have visited ongoing projects within the Federal Capital Territory to inspect and ensure that all projects funded by the bank are carried out to specifications.
We are going around all the FMBN funded estates in Abuja area to make sure that all the estates are going, the constructions are going according to plan, and the qualities that were specified in the various plans are also being fulfilled. We want to see that we don't have estates that are abandoned. We want to see that estates that are funded by us are delivered on time, and for off-takers to be able to key in and get their houses within record time.
Haman, who commended the work done in most sites, called on those lagging behind schedule to put in more efforts to deliver on their projects.
My appeal to our developers is for them to take the various projects they have in their hands seriously, because we also have pressures from off-takers who want to take over their houses as quickly as possible. So we continue to appeal to them that while the bank hastens the process for disbursement of funds, we want them to also accelerate the rate of development of these houses so that we can deliver on time and improve on the partnership with the bank, because the quicker you're able to deliver, the more houses we can build to enable our off-takers to benefit from the scheme. So they should continue to concentrate also on the quality of work and the standard of the environment where they are building.
Some of the sites visited included Woodhill Estate, Kuje, Kama Integrated Services Airport Road, Luxia Housing Project, Live Camp.
is ready to cooperate.
The Executive Secretary of the Abaji Area Council of the Federal Capital Territory has led a delegation of the executive on a courtesy visit to the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. The purpose is to seek collaboration in the area of housing for staff of the council as well as residents of Abaji Area Council. Receiving them on behalf of the Managing Director of the bank, Executive Director, Business Development and Portfolio Management, Kingsley Chukuma, assured them of the bank's willingness to partner with the council in housing delivery, urging them to ensure that contributions are ongoing.
By the time you are ready and ready to do something to the land, we are always here. We are ready to cooperate and give you all our support. And we also wanted to make sure the contributions are ongoing as well, and so that when the time comes, we will not have issues packaging the off-takers.
Group heads present highlighted the various ways the council can benefit from the National Housing Fund scheme.
We have various products that your organization could benefit. We have the Cooperative Housing Development Loan. This is one of the loans that a lot of organizations put in their request to the bank so that their members could enjoy the facility. Your members of the cooperative in Abaji, those members will form themselves. Those members, since they are in charge, so your land will not be difficult to you. But you have to get a good title that will extend up to the ministry. That's up to the FCDA, not only area council. Because getting confirmation when we go for title, you know the challenges we are having with that. So once that is available and you have off-takers that can key in, so the houses that you build will be in such a stage that they will be able to afford. So that when the construction leg is done, we finance the construction, your off-takers will be able to key in and we process either NHF loan or rent-to-own for them to accommodate. Then also, your members could also benefit by applying for NHF loan. If they have a house that they want to buy with good title, if they have affordability, they'll process through primary mortgage bank, they'll present to the bank, and the bank will also process and pay for that house. Then also, an individual could have a land with approved building plan that could also be approached to the bank directly through, since it's Abuja FCT office. They'll process your request based on your affordability, the approved building plan. The loan will be approved to you to be disbursed on an installment basis based on your situation up to the tune of 15 million.
Project that the bank has funded, so people can apply for such houses and then they can go through the rent-on. The rent-on takes off the need for an off-taker to pay equity contribution when the house is above 5 million naira. And some charges that primary mortgage banks do before they can package the loan for you. So it is very convenient for both the bank and the applicants themselves.
Speaking earlier, Secretary of the Area Council disclosed that the council will readily comply with every requirement from the bank in order to benefit from the NHF loan products.
Kicked off. I think there will be no any problems. All the cooperation you need to get from the area council and from the executive chairman. My executive chairman is a vibrant and very young chap. He's 37 years, so he's energetic. He can work 24 hours, so you have no problem. Anything you think you need from the executive chairman, I'm sure, I'm very, very sure, 100% is ready to cooperate with you so that this program will be achievable.
The council presented a gift to the managing director of the bank to welcome him to office.
To improve transparency and accountability in managing the NHF funds, Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria has introduced *219# Star 219 hash is a new way to know the status of your NHF contribution from anywhere. To use this service, dial star 219 hash. Select 1 to update your contact detail. Press 2 to check your contribution status in any month up to the last 5 years. You can also use our mortgage calculator and bulletin board by selecting options 5 and 6 respectively. You can access other services by using direct shortcodes like star 219 star 3 hash to retrieve your NHF number, star 219 star 4 star 1 hash to check your last 5 transactions, and star 219 star 4 star 2 hash to check your statement of account. No internet connection required, and it is available on all networks. Star 219 hash. Simpler, smarter, faster. Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. Everyone deserves a home.
If you're just joining us, you're watching Everyone Deserves a Home. Many cooperatives are realizing the potential of the National Housing Fund scheme as a vehicle for home ownership. Towards this end, quite a number have tapped into the Cooperative Housing Loan Scheme of the bank to actualize their home ownership dreams. In our Building Block segment tonight, we will be looking at another project under the Cooperative Housing Development Loan Scheme for Radio Nigeria Highland FM Cooperative Society. Please keep watching.
The staff of Radio Nigeria Highland FM have an active cooperative society. With a parcel of land already acquired by the cooperative in Dewey Shen district of Jos South local government area, the cooperative society contacted the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria for a housing loan to build 66 housing units. The project is being developed by 247i Builders Global Limited.
Our collaboration with FMBN has actually been a very interesting one because FMBN came up with this creative idea of having the exit in mind. And when I mean exit in mind, they don't just want you to build, they want you to build, and of course you have people of taking. So as a result of that, they came up with Cooperative Development Housing Loan. Cooperative Development Housing Loan meaning that, okay, you already have cooperative members who are contributors to the scheme and they want to benefit from the scheme. Of course, at the back end, the cooperative supply the land, FMBN supplies the funding, and of course accredit a developer. Good enough, we're an accredited developer for Federal Mortgage Bank, and that's the collaboration between the three of us, the cooperative society, the developer, and FMBN. So our intention is of course to build some housing units, about 66 for Radio Nigeria Highland FM, which is to be offtaken by the staff of the cooperative society. Of course, the staff of the cooperative society are contributors to the scheme, and that's what qualifies them to benefit from the scheme.
A total of 470 million naira was approved for the project. 2 tranches have already been disbursed and 45 housing units at various stages of completion.
Total amount approved is about 470 million for the 66 housing units. Don't forget there are 3-bedroom detached bungalow, all detached bungalow. So far we're already on the 3rd tranche. We've made our application for the 3rd tranche funding, but so far we're concluded with the 1st and 2nd tranche, and about 260 million, 68 million thereabout has been approved and disbursed, and that's the reason why we have 45 units almost finished.
The loan amount also covers infrastructure costs. 2 industrial boreholes have been sunk, drainages dug, and internal road networks already mapped out. All of these and other infrastructure will be made available at the completion of the project.
We're going to be supplying 2 500 kV transformer, of course, to power all the 66 housing units. We're going to be having industrial boreholes, 2 industrial boreholes to be specific. We're also going to be having internal roads, and of course, drainage system to allow for free flow of water and waste.
The beneficiaries of the estate should have access to water, electricity, good drainage, and street lights. As you can see, they have started constructing the drainages, and you can see there are points that they have mounted the street lights.
As part of its efforts to create jobs, the developer ensures the use of local content for the project.
We use a lot of local content. Local content meaning that we try to get laborers even from within the state. This encourages security of even the developer even on the site. And one of the things I would love to bring to the table is, as soon as you're even doing a single unit, you have a minimum of about 50 people at different levels doing the job. So it encourages speed, it encourages assurances that, of course, your materials are also safe. So we don't joke with the local content for a start. And for most of our materials, we've got them from both within the state and outside the state, depending on the kind of materials that we want to use.
The Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, on its part, visits the site on a weekly basis to make sure that the developer works according to specification.
As an engineer for the bank, it's my schedule to come around on weekly basis to come and check the quality of the work and the workmanship rendered on the site. We always come here and make sure that the materials, the strength of the materials used in executing the projects has tallied with the specifications on the BOQ of the project.
On the part of the developer also, quality delivery is key.
The Federal Mortgage Bank, of course, don't joke about the quality of what you're doing, because they send their project monitoring team, even without letting you know, they send project monitoring team to the site to come supervise the site. Of course, they also use the branch offices to also at intervals come to check on the site and be sure of what you're doing. And one of the other things that they do is also the use of consultants. Federal Mortgage Bank is so intelligent enough to use consultants to also once in a while come to the site, do their own inspection to also send reports. So we don't joke about quality.
Upon the completion of the 66 units, the Radio Nigeria Highland FM Cooperative hopes to embark on a similar project to enable other members of the cooperative own houses too.
One, two. What?
Sorry, comrade. Thank you. As an up-to-date contributor of the National Housing Fund, I will advise you to just apply straight away for a mortgage loan. Yes, there are several types you could apply for. There is the rent to own a home loan. There is the cooperative loan. There are several of them. Instead of paying so much money to these Shylock landlords.
At the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, everyone deserves a home.
Welcome back. Time now to hear from another beneficiary of the National Housing Fund scheme. We bring you the stories to encourage you into taking that first step towards your home ownership dreams. Our beneficiary tonight is Mr. Francis Aki. Let's hear his story.
I can assure all Nigerians that if you apply, once it is available, you will get.
Definitely the scheme is real.
It's a big testimony to stop paying rent.
Excellent. Seriously excellent.
It works and is real.
Mr. Francis Aki owns a 3-bedroom bungalow at Hydrofoam Estate, Kuje, Abuja. It was at his place of work that he got to know about the scheme. He tells us how it all began.
When I joined this organization, I was asked to enroll into this program, and we have been given our monthly contribution. So we come to hear about federal mortgage loans to individuals who are monthly contributors. If you contribute after 6 months, you are given the opportunity to apply. And then we went ahead to apply through FHA Mortgage Bank. And after that, they were able to process this loan for us, and these houses are allocated to us.
What stood out for him was the transparency of the process.
So many people believe that this is a fluke. They believe that it doesn't exist. They believe that Federal Mortgage Bank doesn't give houses to people or give loans to people to acquire houses. It is not true, so long as you are a member. So my message to even private sector practitioners is that they should register with Federal Mortgage Bank and be doing their National Housing Fund contribution on a monthly basis, okay? And when they do that, after 6 months, you are qualified to apply.
He hopes that more people will give the scheme a try. He urges the FMBN to do more to enable more people benefit from the scheme.
You know, when I went there initially, people were like, it will take you decades, you won't get anything. But in a very short possible time, I was able to get my letter of allocation, and then the final approval came, and at the end of the day, the house was given to me. So I want to thank him and thank his management team and all the staff of Federal Mortgage Bank for what they are doing for Nigerians. They should keep it up.
I am Madu Haman, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. As Nigeria celebrates its 62nd independence anniversary on 1st October 2022, I wish all Nigerians a happy independence anniversary. We at the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria will continue to provide the required finance to enable Nigerians who are contributors to the National Housing Fund to acquire decent and affordable houses for themselves. Happy Independence Anniversary. Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Our question for the week is, can I retrieve my NHF number in the event I lose it?
You can go to any of our office and give your details. They will retrieve it for you. But if already you have updated your biodata with their number, with their email, with their mobile number, there is no way you can lose it, because as long as that number exists, they will be sending alert whenever remittance is made into your account. But if you miss that, then you can go to any of our office and they retrieve your NHF number.
Thank you for staying with us through this edition of the program. Make a date with us again, same time on this station for another episode of the program. Do well to stop by at any of our branch offices in your state for information about our products, or log on to www.fmbn.gov.ng. If you have any questions or inquiries about the NHF scheme, kindly send in your questions via our numbers showing on your screen. See you next week.